I'm working on a hat, and I want to see if this is something I could do it in. So let's see how it goes. Alright. Cool. Let's see, is it going? Am I doing it? Alright, we're doing it. Okay, so this is so my other Instagram, my other thing I do is I work on hats. And yeah, so the other I work on hats through Square Jaw Haberdashery, which is my other Instagram account I do some hat related business for. As you can see, my friend gave me this really cool hat to work on. Basically, they don't really kind of care what I do to it. They just want to be able to sell it. And so that is what I'm going to do. So let's work on it and see if we can make this thing look a little better. So as you can see, it's kind of dusty, a little bit of an older, little vintage hat. It's a Stetson, kind of cavalry style. It does appear that I'm going to try to see if I have my light here, let's see it a little better, but that the lining is just gross. And I'm thinking about just ripping this all out, either trying to clean it and put it back, or maybe it's sometimes hats are better without a lining. The majority of my hats don't have linings because I like how they feel. They actually, for me, especially in California, hats always feel a little grosser and warmer with that lining, and then with these holes, this would kind of make it like a nice like open hat. So we'll see where we're going after that. But first things first is I need to like kind of take the thingies off. This stuff all comes off. This comes off. I need to assess this hole, figure out what I'm going to do with this hole. You can see dust is flying off it. Yeah. So we'll see, and yeah, we'll go from there. See if I can have... Alright. Okay, first things first, I'm going to start taking all these little thingies off. This all comes off pretty easily. And this thing is just almost disintegrated, dry rot. I'm going to try to condition it. I just realized that there's a little Chicago screw on the inside that I could potentially just make a new one. Because I have leather. I could just make a nice new one. But we'll see. I'm not getting paid for this, so I'm not going to go all out. But I also want to make it look nice. Yeah, so... okay, so this is a nice, easy... All I gotta do is that. And pull that through. Alright, that's coming off. Alright. Let's see. Is it like hard to see? Let's see if I can have the light better on it. You do something like this. Maybe do something like this. Let's sorry, my table to work on stuff is also my bed, so maybe you can see a little bit better. Not so much, whatever. Anyway, black's hard to film. Black felt is definitely hard to film. Okay, anyway. So I want to take out the lining. It's glued in. Traditionally in cowboy hats, it's stitched in, but I could always just put an easy thread through there just to get it back in there. Ugh. yeah, this might have to be... Ugh. I'll see how bad that is. Alright, so it also has these little eyelets here. Unfortunately, I'll just have to pull that through because... Yeah, I almost feel like this type of hat, where it's going to be sold, might even be better without the lining. The lining is just so gross. I think that would keep a lot of people from wanting to do anything with this. So it's something we can reassess later. Okay. Ugh, as you can see, oh yeah, it's pretty gross. Yeah, if I wanted to keep this, okay, I'm gonna try rinsing it, see if I can make this better, but it's pretty disgusting. Ugh. All right, let's see. Take all this stuff. I'll condition all this. See if I can make this better. All right. Cool. Just this grungy old hat. Let's see if I can brush it out a little bit. Got my brush over here. Eesh. Ugh. God, I should really be wearing a mask for this. There's like a weird perfume that's like in the felt. This must have belonged to someone who liked to rock a lot of perfume. Yeah, I'm going to have to completely dust this thing. You can see from wearing it forever, the sweat is like seeping through. You can kind of see that a little bit. It's a little hard to see, but yeah. And you can see the shape of the hat. You see the shape in the sun a little bit. So you could tell the hat was like a specific shape, and then just over time. So this is where the band was. This is probably where the person's head kind of like came up through, and then due to weather and just forever, this part shrinking. So what I want to do is fix the shape of the top here, because there's a little hole. I'm gonna fix the shape here. Kind of looks like a bullet hole almost. Kind of cool. I'm thinking maybe we piece it, because the vintage hat thing to do is to do stitching around like that. I don't really like that, because then it has to stay. It has to stay like, I don't know, in this shape. I kind of want to just see if I could just cover up the hole completely. But okay, well, let's see if we can brush it off a little bit more. Yeesh. Huh. I just gotta figure out what kind of hat shape I want. I'm thinking about, what if I... Can I even get this on there? No. Here, I gotta grab my hat stretcher. Oof, that sounds good. Sounds real good. Love it. All right. Yeah, I'm thinking we'll do the crown shape first with the steam, and then we'll do the sweatband after. I just want to see if I could round out the shape of the top part of the hat. Huh. This is actually the perfect angle to sew this shut with. So maybe we could do that. Let me put this up a little bit. Cool. Yeah, what I really want to do is fix this like beveled out. I want to fix the shape of that. Make it so it's like nice and even. Just waiting for my steamer to heat up. Alright. Give this a steam. I want to try to get more crown out of the top of the hat. Oof. Oh, the dust off this thing is making my nose go crazy. It already looks a little better to have some shape put into it. You know, this is such a perfect spot. Maybe. Trying to figure out the best way to repair this. Because felt does kind of like move around a little bit. You can kind of like rearrange it. Huh. I could try to make a patch out of denim, and then I'd have to use like a wool safe adhesive on the inside to kind of put that up in there. And then I'm thinking not even stitching it, just like kind of like sanding it over in a way, kind of like wood in a way. But like I said, not getting paid for this, so I'm just kind of like, what's a fun solution? That's another way to say it. So not the cheap solution. What's a fun solution? Because we already fixed the shape. Let's see. Yeah, I guess we could just stitch it maybe. The light on. Oh great, I can only control the light with my phone, and the phone's being used to film everything, so whatever. Well, let's shape it. I feel like we got the hole. It's going to be a pain in the butt to repair it, so let's just work on the hat and see if maybe we can do something cool with the hole. How about that? But we already fixed its shape. So let's try to fix the brim a bit. Let's see, turn this on again. Wait for that to go. Because in the meantime, we're waiting for this thing to wake up. Turn that off right now. Okay, so I think this is the style that I want to go with. I want to stick with the same style, but I want, I'm sorry, I don't know the name of the hat, but we're just going to like increase the brim. I actually have another hat stretcher I want to use specifically for the inside. Hopefully I don't rip the hole more. Try and get that in there. Again. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to kind of balance out the body here. Oh wait. Yeah, I'm trying just to like balance out the body here because it has such a pronounced weird lump here. So I kind of want this to kind of just flow a little better. Also give me more room to work with. And then I can also see how much of this hole that I need to repair. Like I said, still haven't decided if I want to repair it or if I want to show it off. So we'll see. It's already looking a lot better shape-wise. Alright, so the trick here is going to be trying to stretch this without ripping the hole even more. What I'm doing is I'm trying to expand this little hat stretcher, but I have it upside down. And usually with hat stretchers, you're supposed to do it here in the sweatband. What I want to do is I want to expand the shape up top here. And since I don't have any, you know, hat forms, my goal is just to give me some more space here to work with. I'm basically creating more area to mess with and see what I can do. So sorry. I used to doing this in front of a camera. Alright. So I think that's good for right now. We'll work around the rest of this. So I'm just going to heat up the rest of this here. Just want to get it a little bit more pliable. And we're going to use the heavy duty iron now. My favorite part. Alright. This is definitely a lot easier with the industrial shop iron that I have at work. But whatever. It does the same shit. Yeah, what's cool about felt is that you can it's super pliable. You just need that steam to break through the fibers and make it so it can contract and expand, kind of like a net. Let's pull it right here. And what I'm trying to do is make it so I can get close to this waist, I keep saying waistband because I work at a jean company. I mean sweatband. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make it so right on the sweatband for your head. Yeah, this is way easier at work. I still really like the natural twang of the sweatband, but at least this way you can press it out and start from scratch if I wanted to like bend it around or whatever. So we'll see. What I really want to do is try to match where it meets. And what's kind of cool is it is making like a natural kind of like bow to the hat, which is kind of cool, but like I said, we want to start from scratch. And normally I put a bandana down to kind of help protect the felt, but the felt's already kind of like all strangely colored, so I'm just going to leave it. It's fine. Okay, let me focus on this a little better. Like I said, I don't have all the tools that a normal millinery would have. So I have things like this. A little gardening tool from the 99-cent store, which is really good at flattening this edge down. It's already looking like a lot better. Wow. And then later, after all this is done, I'm going to condition the leather, and I'm going to actually try to expand this out, kind of fix the, oof, hope that's not human hair, I don't think so. But yeah, I'm going to try to condition the leather and re-stitch this all down by hand. Just stitch it. I'll probably do that a couple more times, but at least we have it a little bit more even. Cool. Okay, I'm going to take this part out. Yeah, it already looks like so much better. Maybe I'll even put like a piece of fabric underneath and like stitch over it or something. Sorry, I didn't even show that. Yeah, maybe I might put a piece of fabric over and stitch over it. Kind of like fix that hole a little bit. Cool. Alright. So now we're going to get our big boy here. Let me bring this up a little more. Oops. Getting squirrely now. Alright. It's getting like so hot in here. Put this guy on there. I'm going to turn this thing on. Oh, by the way, this hat stretcher is from, I think, the 20s. I got it off eBay, and it still works. yeah, it's cool as it has a little light switch, turns on. It's kind of cool. But yeah, I like to have the beanie on because it also kind of like protects everything, you know. So I have this expand a little bit. We'll let that heat up. See if they have it match up just right. Yeah. Put my steamer on here. Alright. So I'll steam around here quickly. Let's get rid of this guy. Alright, so I'm basically just going to leave it on here for a bit. Kind of let that shape kind of sink in. I'm still just trying to decide what to do about the hole. Like, what should we do? Oh, I guess I could shape it. I can also clean it too. I have to, because I think all this like. But to tell you the truth, that's like kind of the vibe of the hat. It kind of looks cool. There is like this weird like stain or something here. If I just like work off here. Let's see if I can get some of that off. Alright, so I'm gonna have to use some of my hat cleaner because I can't get that off. Alright. Yeah, as you can see, the sweatband is a little more flattened out. We'll do that again after I restitch it, but I mean, I'm thinking maybe just do like a little nice edge on the inside here. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Alright, let's see. Bring it down a little bit. Hopefully my shit don't break. Does that look bad? Yeah, it looks a little bad, but whatever. My first time trying this, so. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to work on this brim part try to bring this to a lip. So that way it kind of gives it a little bit more depth. It's kind of like, kind of reminds me of, like working with clay, like cups and stuff. Alright. Go all along the brim. And by the way, never took any classes on this. If anyone ever watches this and they just so happen to know their way around hats, you know, this is all stuff that I've learned from, I learned some stuff from a friend, and then everything else for me is just, I just, you know, started doing it, so. I'm sorry if this isn't textbook hat millinery shit, but that's just what it is. Let me see if I can get this up a little bit more. You know, this might actually be cool with that sewn in thing, but we'll see. Get this over. Slap my camera. Just slap your camera around. Yeah, I'm just trying to really... It's like I'm not really trying to think of a hat style this is supposed to be mimicking. I'm just going by what I think I could shape this into. I have no idea. I didn't think of the hat style beforehand, but basically they just want a sellable hat. You know what? I think I can do that. So. You can tell though from whoever owned this, they probably had it forever, that this was just wearing thin because every time they went to grab their hat, they might have been actually left-handed, the way that the finger placement is. Every time they went to grab their hat, they would just grab it in the same spot to the point where it wore this hole through. It's kind of interesting, but... yeah, just gonna keep working my way around. Oh fuck. Yeah, that's a hole for sure. Yeah, and the reason why I'm shaping before repairing the hole is I feel like if I were to repair the hole, it may have trouble shaping with the rest of the hat. So I'm trying to shape it and then see like maybe like I'd have to repair it within this area, and so we'll just see how that goes. But yeah, I may have to just put in like a little. I mean, it's kind of cool. I don't know. To tell you the truth, I like holes in uh, I don't know, defects. I work in the fashion industry, and I always get the defect because I like how it turns out. There's something you could do cool with that. Pull this back a little bit. Oh, this needs some more oomph. It's pretty fast how this thing boils. Pretty crazy. And gurgle toots pretty fast, I have to say. Look at that. You could see like if within that little ball in there heating up like crazy. I think I know how I want to fix it. So I am going to do the threading over the edge. I know that makes it look like a hipster hat, like it was done like, oh wow, they're so edgy because it's a vintage hat that's been repaired, but this isn't actually a vintage hat that needs to be repaired. So I'm thinking I just put a piece of red fabric in, stitch that down so it's kind of stuck there. So the hat will have to stay in this shape. It can never be reshaped again unless you undo that stitching. And then stitch that down on that side. Yeah, I think that's a good strat. Now it's cooking. Yeah. Yeah, you always forget how good it can steam until it's fully filled with water and it can just steam like crazy. This is a good quality hat too. This is it feels like beaver felt. Like a 2 or 3X, I guess. I don't know. I really want a deep indentation within this hat. That way. I want it to have a specific, like a noticeable shape. I want it to rise up a little bit. I'm sorry for not being the best shower here, but it's hard to look at a black felt hat in detail and show a camera. So this is also the first time I've ever done this. So if this turns out to be something cool, and I got more hats, maybe I'll start doing more shit like this. Who knows? I would like to get into this, you know, like. I'm just kind of freestyling here. I'm not really, like I said, did not plan any hat shape out that I thought would be good. I'm just kind of going by what I think this hat could go with. Because like I said, this hat is kind of, it's not far gone, but its original style was messed up. So I'm thinking something like this. Not super deep. And I'm thinking about, if I do this work, making like a little square. So I work on hats for my other brand called Square Jaw Haberdashery, and I'm not really pursuing hat opportunities with that. It's like I was really into it originally, and you know, at the end of the day, whenever I'm interested about doing something fashion-wise, I just feel like I'd rather just do it for myself and that's it. Like, I don't want to get into business for it. But a friend of mine was saying, like, hey, you work on this, and if he gives me more hats to work on, maybe I'll just post them here, and I'll try to develop this better to show off stuff. But yeah, what I like about this is it's kind of like clay. It's like, you really can't fuck up, or at least I guess it's that depends on everyone's opinion, right? But yeah, you really can't fuck up to the point where it's like now the hat is unwearable. You can always change it. You can always fix it. Alright, I'm pretty satisfied with the shape it's kind of naturally doing. Ooh, I'm sweating like fucking crazy. Sorry if this fucks up the sound, but I need the air. Woo-wee. Having a bunch of lights, heat, TV, and steamer on, yeah, it gets a little warm. Balance that out a little bit. Balance this out a little bit. This thing's heavy as fuck. Ugh. Trying to get this to stay. There you go. See that a little better? What I really want to do is kind of get some of this creasing out here. And sometimes what I like to do for my friends, if they have a hat they want me to shape, I'll steam up the hat, so I mean it's not super hot, and I'll put it on their head, and I'll shape it to their head. But since this is a smaller hat, most likely I feel like maybe a lady's hat, I really have to kind of smooth it out on some of my random hat forms that I have here. So. Oof. Yeah. Use some tape. Go over the hat, get all that fluff off. I feel like I could bring the back down a little bit more. Just to kind of give the hat more of an aerodynamic shape, I'm just going to bring the back down a little bit. Because usually hats, they'll have the front side up higher, or they'll have the back side up higher. It kind of looks a little better. This is a small head shape, so it's maybe kind of limited with the heads you're able to put into this. So I always like to line front up with that. Alright, it definitely has a lot more shape than it did before. For all the one viewer that was watching, there is you did notice a big change, huh? I'm trying to decide if I should, how I should stitch this. Or if I should even stitch it. Who knows? Let's put a little more. By the way, you're supposed to let this turn off completely before you do this, so don't do what I do. But I just have this thing for so long that I can just do that. So I'm just gonna work on the top shape a little bit more. Let's see if I can get this like a higher shape here, or a better view. Please excuse. I'm gonna try something. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see how this goes. Alright, you get a better view of the hat here. Alright. So yeah, as I was saying, you could see that hole right there. Alright, I'm gonna try to steam this up a little bit. I just want to smooth out those little creases there. All right. Yeah, one thing you gotta be careful with the steamer is that it is a bunch of boiling water that's just like going crazy in there. If you tilt it too much, you could pour boiling hot water on everything. I've done that, so that's not fun. This is the back of the hat. So the back goes to the front. It's basically moldable hair clay. That's exactly what wool is. I really want to get that deep in there, that seam. Sorry if my camera work sucks. It's kind of hard to film with not your hands holding the camera, so. It's so weak in that spot. Alright, so we're going to release it. God, that's bugging me. I'll have to... What if I just sewed it with gigantic stitches? Just whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. That'd be cool. I just gotta figure out the stitch color. So... We'll see. Is that my girlfriend? Is she home? Sounds like my girlfriend's monster car outside. You hear that? No. That sounds better than my girlfriend's car. Alright. Cool. We're getting there. We getting there. Let's see, yeah, it's a little crooked, but it's kind of cool. Cool. All right, so maybe we'll try the stitching. Let's see how the stitching goes. Let me take off my little harness here. Let's see. I do that. Yes? Okay. Let's see what happens. I'm just gonna put this down for a sec, so please excuse the non-scene. This piece in. Okay, so I think I figured out what I want to do. So we got this hole, and I already put the shape in, so we're good. Let's see how bad that hole is, right? Boop boop. Hello. There's so many things I could do with it. I could say, hey, let's like show it off, and like let's like make it like its own, like look how cool and vintage that is. But I'm like, nah, that looks like shit. So if it was like right on the seam here, and then I could stitch it, and I could do, I don't know, but I don't have any embroidery thread. I have normal sewing thread, which I'm going to sew with it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the inside And let's see if we can see it through the hole. Yeah, you can see that. So I'm going to go through the inside and use some stitch, not stitch, what is it? I'm going to use, it's like it can be used with leather and felt and stuff like that. I'm going to stick it from the inside, make a little patch, stick from the inside, and then sew around that. And hopefully that's enough. And yeah, I'll go from there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I have some fabric here. It's actually some selvage fabric. That's how hipster we're going. I'm going to get some scissors. Let me see if I get my scissors real quick. I mean, not in my... It's probably better if I get my zigzags. Oh, God, if I could find those fucking things. Let's see. Un momento. Oh wait, I also need sewing needles. Make plenty of those. Alright. So yeah, I just need to cut a little bit off of this. And so I'm actually going to be using this type of adhesive. It's like a flexible, only a little bit. But once that's in there, it will take care of the business. Alright. Alright, that's a perfect little square. Okay, so now, hopefully this shit is not completely, oh, perfect. Alright, so I'm just going to do the edges. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, close this shit before it just starts exploding all over everything. Jeez. Why does it just like fly on out of there? Okay. So I'm going to kind of butterfly this. Get all the edges here. And I feel like I do things a weird way, so this may not be the best method, but I don't care. This is how I do it. Alright. Yeah, some things like glue, it can be used for repairing leather and wool. Because sometimes there's no other way to fix it, you know? Like, I hate using glue for things, but this is the only... Let's see if I can get this just right here. I have to use... Let's see if I can see it. I think I need to scoot this over just a smidge. Okay, so now I'm gonna go get a toothpick and put some in the inside. I'll be right back. Oh. All right. So let's see how it looks on the inside here. All right. Use a little bit more of this adhesive. Just want to put it on the inside. And any excess, I'm going to... Oh, fuck. Probably shouldn't do it over the hat. I don't know why this adhesive just, as soon as it's open, just starts going crazy out of the tube. It's fucking annoying. Okay. So we're just gonna use just a smidgen on the inside. We're going to use a smidgen on this side. Okay. Alright, so let's fuck around with that a little bit. Alright, I'm gonna get my little bristly guy here. Kind of like get into there. Get in. Cool. I need one more thing, and I think it might need to be sandpaper. Give me 1 second. Oh, do I really have to go dig for the sandpaper right now? Motherfucker. I think I made me grab it. All right, found it. Cool, so we're going to just want to sand this a little bit. Kind of smooth out the edges. Yeah, let me fix the camera. This is kind of getting a little hard to control. Sorry for the wiggliness. All right, there we go. Move this out of the way. Cool. So I'll just sand this a little bit. The reason why I'm sanding it is because I want to kind of like get rid of some of that glue, but then also put some of that fiber that I'm sanding away back into the glue spots. And this also might be good to get rid of some of these like weird stains and scuffs. I don't know what the fuck that's from, but just time, I guess. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Wait for that glue to dry. Alrighty, so I'm gonna let that dry for a bit. So while I'm letting that dry, I'm going to condition the leather parts. So I'll let that dry in the sun for a bit. Actually, I should probably. Oops. Alright, so I'll let that dry in the sun for a bit. So now we have all the hardware here that's like so dry and gross. It's literally cracking on the inside here. So what I'm going to do, let's it's a caballo. Let's let's detach it. Alright, this looks like real silver. It's kind of cool. Maybe not. Maybe pewter, I don't know. But like it has hints of real silver lookingness to it. So let's put that aside. This might be way too far gone. I could replace it because I have the leather. But like I said, we don't know when we're not getting paid for this. So we'll just do the normal fixes. We'll go from there, condition that, and here's the drawstring. This thing is like not even. This might be even new. But yeah, I'm gonna condition this up. All right. So yeah, basically, pull it through. And this is just leather lotion. There's some other good ones. Like I have a vintage bottle of this Red Wing boot oil. This one is just probably, it's cheaper, and I don't know if I could find this like vintage stuff anymore. So we're just gonna go with the lotion leather. I think they'd probably do the same thing. Maybe the Red Wing might be a little better, but whatever. I'm just gonna work on some stuff and see what happens. Let's get it all lubed up. Get that lotion lube. Yeah, this stuff is so stiff. Like I don't know if this will be improved. This is like, it's like trying to put lotion on a corpse. It's like it's not gonna bring it back to life. See how this goes. Actually, it is kind of getting a little bit more bendy. it's kind of crackling on the outside, but the inside, the hide isn't that bad. You can actually, it actually moves around. It actually has some give to it. Just really trying to coat it. Really trying to get a good coat. You know, I know the sunlight might wash out the image a little bit, but it is really nice having the sun out. Ooh, it's a Monday too. I'm doing this on a Monday. How weird is that? I never get Mondays off. Alright. So I did want to polish this up a little bit. You know, the best way to polish, this is going to sound crazy, the best way to polish gold and silver is ashes or vinegar. But I could try scrubbing this with some vinegar in a little bit. Yeah, this stuff's the easy part. Alright. Alrighty, that looks pretty conditioned. And it flexes again, it moves. It's kind of nice. This actually has... I want to do it one more time because it seems like I want to get really deep into the grain. But it does seem to be improving. This felt like an eggshell. It was like ready to crack. And surprisingly, it's not gone. I thought it was too far gone to even worry about. So let's see. So if the one robot viewer watching me right now is interested, I potentially will be playing Resident Evil again tonight, most likely. We'll see. This is just, I want to try to have streams where I do things like this and work on stuff. But, wow. That is crazy. Yeah. Well, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. So yeah, I'm gonna try put this in like a little thing of vinegar. See what happens. Pork and dog. Okay. So this is vinegar. And we don't need to worry about the screw. Just going to toss it in there. Alright, don't tell my girlfriend, but I stole her toothbrush. I'm going to clean this out a little bit. Is it shining up? Ooh, it smells really nice and vinegary. Mm-mm. Let's let it soak for a little bit. Let that do its thing for a bit. Alright. Okay, let's see how the glue is doing. Just gonna sand this edge a little bit more. There's just a little bit more. Yeah, what I'm going to try to do is kind of fluff up the felt here and kind of make like some felt dust to put in the place of the crack there, just like wood. Kind of like make a patch. Let's get our toothpick. We're going to bring this closer.